Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Duggan, here with Dan Stapleton.
Why, hello.
And we are in Rebel Galaxy. Dan, you've been playing this game for quite some time. You said you've put about 25-ish hours in.
Yeah, give or take.
And a lot of people are checking this game out on Steam right now on the 20th. It just came out. It's on the top seller spot. So I thought it'd be cool if we kind of gave those folks a little bit of a preview of what the game is like far in.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think that it was a very good time for this game to come out, like the day after the Star Wars trailer hit, because this game really makes me feel like Han Solo in a way. I mean, at least not right now. Right now, it's more like kind of a Admiral Adama kind of thing, I guess. But when you start out, you're just in a little ship, going around taking bounties and smuggling and all kinds of stuff like that. But now I've been playing for a while. I've beaten the story missions. I have a very large ship.
In the grand scale of smallest ship to largest ship, where's your progression at right now?
I mean, this ship is pretty big. I don't think it's the biggest one I've had. I think I just bought this one to get some variety in my video review. But I can go and buy some more ships right now.
People love spending, Dan.
Yeah.
So I think we should do just that.
Let's see. I just rescued these traders, so now I can either tell them, drop all your stuff, or I'll blow you up and take your stuff, or I can say I want to do some business. This is actually a pro tip. If you're having trouble finding someone to buy your stuff, like say like here I've got a load of live organs that are illegal on some stations. So if you get stuck in a area that doesn't have anywhere to get a good price for your goods, or you can't sell your goods, rescue some traders, because they will buy whatever you have. Another little exploit you can do, like they kind of randomly offer stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they'll look through your hold and like just pick out like, oh, I'll buy this from you. If you want to sell a specific thing you're trying to get rid of and you can't find anyone to buy it, just jettison all your other cargo. So that's the only thing.
Before you start the conversation?
Right.
And then can you pick it back up afterwards?
Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah.
Pro tips with Dan Stapleton in Rebel Galaxy.
Yep. So that's a little bit of an exploit.
So they bought some human organs there.
Yeah.
Some live organs?
Live organs.
Okay. Excellent.
So that made me a 250,000 credits right there, which well, that'll go a long way. Let's see. Where should we go next? Let's find a trade hub to go to here. That should do well. And
so that's just a solar system, or is that the?
That's a solar system.
Okay.
Nope.
And I would assume, being a galaxy, there are a relatively infinite amount of solar systems, or
no, it's just these, about a dozen or so.
And you said these are randomly generated when you start the game? Each
one is randomly generated, yes.
So could you take your advanced save file into a different galaxy, or would you have to start up completely new there?
No, it's one galaxy per save game. So.
Okay.
But there wouldn't really be a point. I mean, the solar systems are not really that different from each other. The main purpose of the random generation is so that there are no established trade routes. You have to find your own, and all the trade is dynamic anyway. Like like you can see here. Wait for it. If we go into the commodities market, you can see the price history of each of these commodities.
Interesting.
So like you obviously want to buy low and sell high. But like these are just things I picked up and you were by blowing stuff up.
You were telling me in our first video that we recorded here that there was low proximity, or at least low supply,
right,
of and even here in this massive cargo ship you have,
right,
you're only able to buy about what looks like 8 is the most.
Well, no, yeah. So like I actually sold them some of those. So like coming to a station, like it's kind of hard to make a big score by just buying and selling from one station to another. The best way to do that is by mining. Like if you go and mine an asteroid field, you'll get enough of one commodity that if you find a really good price on that, you can make some good money. But that's pretty hard to do. So
cool.
Let's patch up our ship. Or it's not hard, it's just hard to find.
Ooh, I saw some ships there you couldn't afford. What do those look like? I'm very curious.
I've got 1.9 million in the bank right now, which but in addition to that, I've got the value of this ship, which I forget how much it is. But yeah, so I haven't been able to buy a dreadnought yet. Those are the real biggies.
Ooh.
But like honestly, at this point, I can make like 1,000,000 credits on a single mission. So
that would be just about 10 missions away.
yeah, it'd just be a little bit of a grind to do it.
And it's exponential. The larger the ship, the larger. Well, the bigger mission you can take on, and
Right.
then the more money you get from it.
I mean, it's there's no like leveling system, but it's kind of there. It's just kind of invisible. If you look at the types of weapons you have, let's see. Let's go into my weapons here. Like you see, like Mark 5, Mark 6, whatever. That's kind of your leveling system, and like it's not the most interesting way to do inventory, do a gear system, but there are enough different types of guns and things, and there are a few that you can only get by looting enemy ships. Sometimes they'll drop stuff. Sometimes you'll come across a cargo container in the middle of an asteroid field or something like that, where you get a special weapon. But there's enough variety that it's not too big a deal. It just like this is a cash sponge. Like it gives you something you have to keep pumping money into to keep up and running. But yeah, you can see I have quite a few things. Let's see. Yeah, I picked up this flak turret, which I don't need, so I can sell that. And like there are certain weapons that require like missiles and mines that require ammunition, so you can't just spam them. But yeah, let's go find a big fight.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I was actually just going to ask if you could flex your muscles for us here.
Yeah, let's see. This one's in the system, pretty close by. It will be oh, my mission log is full. I empty that out. Let's get rid of
Man.
Let's get rid of that
Eons
one.
into the future, and you still can only have a handful of missions.
All right, let's start a big fight. Yeah, and this one affects my faction relationships a little bit. The factions are nice, but they don't really have much of a personality or actual territory in the system. So that system is a little bit underdeveloped. I would really like to see more from that. Like there's no like Red Devils Pirates territory. They just control individual things. Like they're kind of
spots.
Yeah, they're kind of just all over the place, and they never seem to change hands. I don't know for a fact that they can't, but they can definitely lay siege to each other, and that can affect the economies. But it's not as dynamic as I would kind of like. Let's see. Is that the one? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sometimes like when you're trying to navigate through an asteroid field, you'll just kind of start and stop. But you can also
well, I've noticed
blow up an asteroid.
Oh, that is so cool. I've noticed you slamming into station defenses by accident just because your ship is so massive.
Yeah, and just because I started like right on top of it. But let's just get over here and blow something up. And like roughly, it's about 1 second per 1,000 SM, whatever that is.
Is there any point when you're traveling for what seems like a needless amount of time, or is it all pretty generally speedy?
I mean, it'll be like a minute at most, generally. So it's not too bad. Ooh, hello. That
looks like a real big ship.
That's a friendly, actually.
Oh, well, that's good news.
But these guys are not.
Man, the colors.
Yep, it's got some good pew pew pew.
I'd be way more into being an astronaut if space was this colorful.
Yeah, they do a good job of making this whole region of space visually interesting.
Was that it?
I mean, that one was a very brief fight because.
Oh, maybe there are more coming in.
Maybe let's see. But that was a very brief fight because we had those two giant friendly ships.
Maybe that just wasn't factored into the difficulty rating there?
Yeah. I mean, because it's dynamic, sometimes you'll have some weird stuff like that.
Right.
But
that ship seems to be giving you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he took a hit. But my ship is pretty powerful right now. Let's see. But yeah, you got shield facings, which are kind of nice. But I mean, you turn so quickly, even at a ship this size, that it's not really hardcore naval style combat. It's very light and kind of easy to do.
Yeah, it does seem like the whole ship maneuvering thing is convenient, I guess is the word I would use.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as light as it could be. I mean, you still do have to worry about rotating your ship to avoid exposing a heavily damaged section to too much fire. But and like especially if you're hitting a heavy ship, like a big target, you've still got to worry about focusing your fire on one of their shields. Otherwise, you just don't do any damage.
So the minimap to me looks like a mess of different colored dots, but for somebody who has experience in the game, is that decipherable down there? Do you think that serves a pretty good function with that territory in this screen?
I mean, a lot of that is cargo that was just dropped by a bunch of ships I blew up. A lot of it is like the blue dots are friendlies, big red dots are enemy capital ships. So let's see. I should show you this as well. Oops. So you got a scanner where you can go through and like you can target some individual turrets, which is nice, but it's not super effective. Usually, I just blow up the ship. That's a much better way.
It's an apt strategy.
But it will tell you what cargo they're carrying if you want to be a pirate and go around. Like you can find. Oh yeah, there's some cargo. But you can start fights with a big trade ship and just steal other cargo, and that's a good way to make some money.
That sounds very scoundrelous. Is that a word? I'm creating it, if not,
I guess. But
not something that Han Solo would do, though, because he's a gentleman, a gentleman pirate.
Yeah,
smuggler.
He was more of a smuggler, less pirate. I don't think we ever saw him attack another ship for profit.
Well, we are. Jared Petty is creating a list of times in which Han shot first, so maybe that happened off camera before we were introduced to him once or twice. But
yeah, this ship is pretty loaded with turrets. Shooting at a big ship with a flak turret isn't going to do anything. But I'm going to stick with my broadside cannons because the AI can handle all of the other things. Yeah, this mission seems to be just trickling in, wave after wave of big ships. But again, because my ship is so beefy, because I'm in kind of a state where I feel like I've won the game, even though it's kind of open-ended.
Right.
Like even if I get a dreadnought, like it's not gonna really change things enough.
So you don't think that there are missions you could find right now that would just totally overwhelm you?
Maybe I won't say never. There's probably some mean stuff out there. Like it can throw a lot of ships at you, and like even a ship like this can be overwhelmed by a few dozen fighters. Yeah, so you can definitely run into trouble.
And so if that happens, because you said there's like your currency and your assets are your level effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So if that were to happen, and let's say you were in a scenario where you just kind of spent a majority of your money on this, and you really didn't have much saved up, and you went into a mission and it was destroyed. At that point, can you revert to a save?
Yeah, you revert to a save. It's not persistent once you die. So like if I die here, you just go back to the last time you docked at a station.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah, there were a couple of missions that gave me. Oh, there was a bounty on that guy. That was nice. Because I was gonna blow him up anyway. I would have done that for free. But yeah, there were a couple of missions that were a little bit tough. But I mean, just in terms of like a huge number of enemies swarming you. Let's see if I can do this. So you can also get. Oh God. Oh, I can't even type. That's embarrassing.
I was like, this is so easy. It's just typing.
Yep. Oops. They actually recommend a gamepad for this game, but I prefer mouse and keyboard in pretty much everything I do. So, and I find it works pretty well. I don't know why they felt the need to recommend a gamepad because
especially for hacking, it's just typing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like that was going to be. Oh, I'm very embarrassed that that's on camera.
Maybe we'll clip that out and put it on Snapchat.
Yeah, that'll be derp.
Okay, so at this point in the game, you're 25 hours in.
Uh-huh.
You feel as though you've beaten it. Do you still feel like playing?
I would start again. If I came back to it and maybe go like full pirate. And see how that goes, because right now like it's not very challenging. Once you've gotten to this stage, you really have to kind of work hard to get into trouble. And
like you said before, you're only about 10 or so missions away from unlocking the largest ship.
Yeah.
So if you were a completionist, you would be pretty close.
Yeah.
If that was your end goal.
It'd be another probably couple hours of just running some missions. Yeah. Like what's my hold up to? Let's see.
But I guess that's good that you've gone through an entire playthrough and you still feel as though there are options for you to explore to give you new experiences in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I could go back and do some mining. I could I could be a pirate. Like I haven't really messed with piracy that much. Just a matter of ambushing your targets and then getting them between a station, between stations. So they're far enough away from the militia that you don't have to deal with them. Although you can do that too.
So lots of opportunities here in Rebel Galaxy, and hopefully this gave everybody a look at what you have to expect when you're 20-plus hours into the game, and the kind of ships you can unlock, as well as the kind of experiences you can expect. Dan Stapleton, thank you so much for showing us your awesome giant ship, and for everything Rebel Galaxy and space and science fiction in general. Keep it right here on IGN.